Would you believe that I've been talking for 5 minutes and I wasn't live? Because usually Matt helps press all the buttons and produce all of the parts of the show. But tonight on Astrology and Alchemy with Paranormal Sarah and Matthew Slozer, it's Matthew doing the thing, doing the family businessman thing, guys, because we are not independently wealthy yet. You want to change that? Let me know. We're taking donations for the independent wealth. But you know what it is. It's me bringing you the best I can. I am not the statistician. I am not the master astrologer, but I am Paranormal Sarah, the one, the only. As much as forensic psychology and crazy mom wisdom, mechanic daughter, wild I don't even know. Just weirdness. General weirdness. I'm going to bring you some of that tonight. I want you to get your pen and paper, guys. I want Mary, Rebel, Steph, Pepper, Jackie, John, Toby, Michael, Matthew, someone, all of you. Rebecca, I see you. Jackie, I see you. I want you to get your pen and paper. Un feuille de papier, un stylo, et étudiez avec moi. Study with me tonight. Ce soir. Oui? Yes. Do it. Do it. Put your intuitive hats on, stretch your body, stretch your neck muscles, wiggle your spine, ground your chakras, do all the things. Do it. Because I do have the basic bare minimum bones of the astrology. Matt, my counterpart on the show, usually every Tuesday, he might be joining us in the chat room. He is traveling for business and family. And I'm going to do my best here in a storm of northern Minnesota. It was really cool earlier. It was like big thunder clouds. They don't ever make noise like I'm used to in Missouri, but they looked like a UFO might have been there. So anyway, Brandy, welcome. And hello, beautiful people. Don't forget to tag someone, share this on your social media. Take a minute while you're grabbing that pen and paper and your coffee. Share this so that if there is someone in your life that maybe is a little skeptical, a little wrinkle-nosed, to science and spirituality and how they meld together. Trust me, it is doable. I really love utilizing spirituality and science together. It's really helped me minimize my anxiety and communicate with people, help me regulate my emotions, help me travel when I'm traveling from culture to culture, continent to continent, to be able to walk into a sacred temple regardless of my faith or belief system and find something very meaningful. So for that, I love math and I love astrology. It seems to be the universal language of our ancestors, probably of our future people as well. So whether it's aliens or reptilians or who knows what it is, we're going to talk a little bit about the stars for the next 7 days, what to expect from it. And since Matt is usually the one here joining us from his own Sunday Night Dead and from the Paranormal channel, and then from moi, c'est moi, it's me, Paranormal Sarah, from Odyssey Radio. Whoop! You guys, wherever you're joining us, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, wherever I haven't been banned yet, really. That's what I'm always nervous about doing a show by myself. Matt brings me to a place that is acceptable and I don't get us banned. So that's what I need your help with. Michael, Ruth, Steph, Pepper, help me. Help me, help me. Do not get me banned. Oh, do not. Because it's a channel we all share for our things. So I don't want to screw it up. But today, guys, I don't know if you were feeling it. I don't know if you've been aware of it. For me, working in social services, forensic psych, working with violent, heinous criminals, but criminals. What even is that? Chemicals or criminals? Where was I going? Crime, heinous crime. Yeah, whatever that is. But anyway, working with people in that realm, but also social. Wow, I need to slow it down. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. I'm a professional. Public speaker too. How about that? That you know, social services, full moon. Guys, this past week, we told you. We told you last week on the show it was going to be crazy, and it is crazy. It's a little weird. It's been a little wild. Definitely emotional. High emotions, a lot of catharsis, a lot of struggling to keep it all in, and feeling a lot, that wave. And that's because of the mathematical astrology of a lot of feminine energy, that earth, water, that feminine, that yin energy. Heavy on the yin. You know what I'm saying? But it's about to switch, it's about to flip, and that starts a little bit tomorrow. Let's talk about why. I am going to put in the chat room. I'm going to do it all. I'm going to really stereotypically put it out there, Brianna. Fun for all. Welcome. And this is what we have got going tomorrow. So tomorrow's going to be hump day. It's going to be Wednesday. And two things astrologically are happening. So go ahead and write down on your pen and paper or in the chat room those two dots that you're thinking to yourself, okay, what's the first thing? The first thing is Mercury is in Libra and Mercury is direct, meaning that we're going to have good communication. What we've got bubbling in our cerebellum, what we got up here bubbling in our brainstorms, we're actually going to be able to puke it out better than I am tonight. That the Mercury is direct going into the mouth. It's going into the mouth. And that we're going to be able to speak and communicate to people. But the filter for which that we are speaking, the constellation for which our ancestors are spewing, that Mercury, the little god of bringing you a message, Mercury, the messenger, this little Mercury is going through the constellation of Libra. Libra. You know, you know what that means. It's going to be difficult to control your focus and your sight because air, heavy, heavy air. And that's like being in a desert storm, like a dust storm, like a windstorm. Like you're going to want to let your mind wander and use the sensuality of your ears, probably not taste, but what are you hearing? What are you feeling? Big ideas, big plans, and speaking to forceful spaces with, I'm typing as I say this, advocacy in mind, because this goes out each day on my social media. So I do it with you guys. And what I'm going to type in here is for each and every day, for each and every movement in the astrology, for those people doing metaphysical work, spiritual work, there is that shadow work. What is shadow work? What is that? Ritual suggestion, shadow work, that it's that you're using that astrological energy. Jupiter in Aries also. Man, you know Jupiter, that's Chris Farley. Give me, give me, give me, give me more, give me more, give me more. This is give me more and then now exclamation point. Aries. This is cocaine on fire. Jupiter is the big gas giant, big old hurricane red spot that I'm going to sneeze. So just hold on a second. I'm going to mute you so you don't have to hear it. Is that going to be enough? Okay. Sorry about that. That Jupiter, this big gas giant, is going through the space of Aries, which is a cardinal fire sign. So if you're a musician joining me tonight, you kind of understand this whole step between Libra and Aries and what it's like if you're doing, do, re, mi, fa, so, and you're doing half steps and whole steps. What you're looking at is you're looking at a chord system where you've got the two cardinal forces right here on the same string. It's gonna create a resonance. It's gonna create an energy. And man, for the ritual in that, this is fire and this is air. This is singing. This is singing bowls. This is using the echo chamber to create music and to carry your point, to be able to actually use the ha la 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 la, me, whoa, 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 like Chevy Chase. I'm getting a Chevy Chase vibe here. For like Caddyshack. Let me know how you guys are interpreting that energy. This is where usually I would pan it back over to Matt, our master astrologer, and he would let us know kind of what the design movements are in that space, what the degrees are, and how that might affect us. but behaviorally, I've made my notes. I sit down with this at the beginning of every month. That second dot, don't forget predictions. What are you feeling? What Mercury? That's going to be a headline. That's going to be somebody saying something. Who are you speaking out for? Who are you advocating for? And that the next thing happening is going to be, I just put it in there. Press enter, Sarah. Doo, doo, doo. There it is. Oh no. Mars. Okay. Mars. Anytime Mars moves, that's a battle. That's a fight. That's maybe conflict. That's a battle cry. Hey, you! In Gemini. That's another air sign. Oh my God. Okay, so that's air again. Being split. Gemini is like the two-faced. Oh yeah, well, what'd she say? Oh yeah, well, what'd he say? Well, what'd they say? What'd she say? So you're now you're going to be splitting the echo chamber. Now it's a declaration battle cry that you're screaming out. And it's squaring off with, oh no! If you join us before every Tuesday, you know how I feel about this. Neptune and Pisces. And this is all peppered just tomorrow, Wednesday. These two little dots. Mars and Gemini squaring off with Neptune and Pisces. The fire god screaming with two faces. And he's there holding hands with Neptune and Pisces, King Trident on a wave. And a hurricane. Imagination will take over. It might be really challenging to focus on really a lot of anything mundane. So think about spicing things up. This is like tahine of the astrology. You're going to want to work on getting more rest, peace, clarity. And I put in big capital letters, matter. Think about matter. What matters? Who matters? I know there's a lot of political headlines talking about this and that matter, but matter actually, as in like the Nobel Peace Prize in physics and matter and black matter and dark matter and what these actually can mean. Not just black and white, but black and white. Really, really powerful. This is a juxtaposition and debate that sounds like irony. Sounds like metal. And when I think of ironic, this is like Alanis Morissette. Isn't it ironic? And this is, I don't ever want to have dead air. And I know on Odyssey Radio, gosh, there's thousands and thousands of listeners. So I definitely don't want to have that dead air moment for people to want to turn the knob. But the way dissociative stream works and intuition right now, this is where I would usually be panning it to Matt. And I have to almost like keep my mind busy and just splurt out what I'm getting. That I'm seeing something with Elon. I'm seeing something with the bionic stuff. I'm seeing something with alcoholism, which is kind of interesting. And I don't necessarily think it's going to be on the same frequency as those other things I was mentioning. The chat room, Steph and Mary and Kelly, hey, are sharing. This is a really interesting energy because air, no one really handles well, right? That's reputation, gossip, and the telephone game. And then you have, maybe that's a stolen sub being located. What? Ooh, yeah, I didn't even think about that. Ooh, and pill, jagged little pill. There's something with timing for sure with wind and air. As air is blowing, you've got to go out and listen to the wind. You've got to really hear the tones. You've got to, in air, this is when you're working physics and you're working that energy, you have a thought and then you feel about it. You think, you feel, you think, you feel, and you keep it inside your body. You keep it in that yin until you decide to open your mouth and tip the fulcrum into yang energy, which is discussion, speaking it. And air usually, it can kick you right back into your thoughts and feelings again if you're not careful, and can keep you from doing the actions and meeting the goals and having the success that you want. You've got to be aware how to use air. As Callie might say, think about alchemy of hot air, hot water and air. This is going to be steam. This is going to be tss. This is going to be, it's going to be difficult to see things because it's going to be warped. It's not going to look the same. It's going to almost look rippled and doubled. This is going to be instead water that's hot. So high emotions, sexy talk, pillow talk, like, you know what I mean? It's going to be a really interesting irony and timing and uh, man, Alanis Morissette does so many great things. She does, isn't it ironic? But then she also does that really spiritually profound song of like the boundaries of uninvited. You, you're uninvited. You know that song? Man, that's a great song. That is so good for boundaries. I mean, you're thinking of fog, you're thinking of steam, you're thinking of seeing through the more. The I want to bisa Ojibwe for mist on the water. This is an interesting space to you have to close your eyes and tilt your head back. This is creation of vision and how to layer things that are going to be quite complex. This is tomorrow, just tomorrow. Wow, that's going to be pretty crazy. Maybe something will be found about the Amelia Earhart. That'd be crazy, wouldn't it? Ooh, look at us. We're putting all kinds of fun stuff out there. Okay, put a dot down for Thursday, October 13th. Oh, so close to a Friday the 13th. Good thing it won't be. It won't be. Only one thing is happening. Sipping my coffee while you draw that dot, wanting to see what's going to happen. What's going to happen? Well, the moon, if you're in the northern hemisphere like myself, you go out and you look at it right now, man, that thing is beautiful and big and fat. It was a beautiful full moon, and now she's waning. Now she's getting smaller. Now she's dissipating. So the flowers out there, the fruit, the last of the harvest, the jalapeno plants on the porch indeed are wilting away. Only one thing is going to happen on Thursday, the day of divine spark. And that's going to be that the moon continues to wane, but it wanes across the constellation of Gemini. So now, what? If you're playing the galactic universe guitar like Jack Black, then you're kind of checking off those check marks of like how many Gemini are we playing here? You've got Mercury, you've got this. Okay, so now you've got somebody else in Gemini, Mars and the moon. Ah, hi Carson, hi Field Guy, hi Rebel, hi Steph, hi John, hey Moby, welcome. Michael, good to see you guys. So this is Thursday, the 13th. Write your dot, make your plans, set your predictions. The moon enters Gemini. Self-expression. Very, very powerful here because you're going to be feeling two-faced. You're going to be feeling fat, no thin, no big, no not, no short, no tall, no good, no bad. Self-expression. It's going to be very powerful and it's going to be a really good tool to have at your disposal on Thursday. So find inspiration in your conversation with others. When you are talking and yapping and doing all of that, and you hear someone say, "Oh, I just wish I could understand loyal," and they're speaking to you. Speak, 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 because that's air, Gemini, and all this stuff that's. Put your ear to the cup, to the wall, and listen for the words. Feel the words, and then use them as synonyms and antonyms. Okay, I want you to see the words if someone is using the word loyalty or inspiration or the word powerful. Then I want you to think, okay, powerful. I heard that 4 times today. Powerful seems to be the word that I'm hearing. I want to think, okay, what is that definition? And then what are the antonyms to this? What is powerful? Okay, powerless. Okay, power. What's the opposite of power? Ooh, like this is going to be that specific shadow work for the day. Something just broke and fell. Hold on 1 second. I have no idea what that was. Hold on. Wow. I don't know what that was, so hold on. That was glass. It was glass? Yes. Can you kind of pick up a few of it and see what glass broke? That's really sharp. Okay. I don't know what glass broke. I don't even know what happened. I put it away. Was it a picture? I thought it was a picture. Yeah, I see a picture right there. Okay. Well, I don't even know how that happened. Same. So as long as the okay, I'll be down shortly to pick that up. Thank you. Don't walk across it. Oh goodness. Talk about I don't know what we were talking about there, but it was man, that was really wild. I don't know if you heard that, like a bunch of stuff just shattered and fell over. Yeah. So, anyway, talk about dead air. Yes, I live in a haunted house with haunted dolls and haunted things. Um, Dang. Okay, that always makes me nervous. So, we might have to cut it short a little bit. That's okay. We're already on Friday. We can do this. Stay focused, Sarah. So, the shadow work for the moon entering Gemini, I would almost say mirrors or two-way radios. This is communication both ways. And I think that's pretty powerful when you're thinking of hearing two things, hearing volume high and low. So here we go. Friday. Man, let's just keep adding craziness to it. Should we? The dog's going to bark and go over it. Stay out of them. Oh, who knows? Who knows what's happening? Okay. The 14th. Let's just stay focused, shall we? Friday. Oh, man. This is why I was a little nervous. And this is why, and we do miss you, Matt. If you're listening, I miss you. Um, Venus in Libra, and it's trine Saturn and Aquarius. So I'm going to share this for any of you guys out there who are astrologers and you know the crazy chaos that this is. Venus, that's kind of vagina, right? That's love, that's romance, that's investment, that's beauty, that's money, that's, oh, I love it, I love it, I love it. Venus in Libra. That is another look at it. I've got it right there. That's a cardinal air sign. That means, okay, Libra, again, you have this very powerful air frequency that's really advocating, it's really screaming about resolve and restriction and whatever's holding me down, and you're not going to hold me down. And then it is trine with Saturn in Aquarius. So, man, this is being open to learning and leaning. So, leaning and learning on others for their support. Rules are going to need to bend to not break. Hold on one second. I can hear my children now trying to like sway the dog through the mess, and I'm a little nervous about it. So if you're hearing the nervousness in my voice, it's because it's real. Um, and yeah, so so we're gonna see how it goes. Goodness gracious. Take a deep breath, guys. It's going to be a crazy week. And this is the only thing happening on Friday, October 14th, but it's a Friday. And it's a Friday in a waning space after a huge full moon where people are making major life transformation and metamorphosis. So, what are your predictions? Share in the chat room what you think this is going to pan out to, because this is rules bending so that they don't break. Ritual suggestion, shadow work for this. This is cord cutting for sure. This is budget. This is cleaning rituals, salt, magic, all of that stuff. Michael shares that Monday there was a huge double sunspot explosion causing that radio blackout, and we are still getting AT&T outages all over, getting the hacking things going on, and we are going to continue to have that each and every time Saturn and Aquarius shifts. This is just Friday. Mark my words. You will see and experience a shift in banning, um, rules, government, regulations, things of that nature, which is kind of interesting, because I know that that's not always how it's meant to be. And that's not always, I don't think, how, when we're doing that predictive meditation space, more like, okay, what are the rules? What are the rules as we know them? Like, as we've watched Saturn and Aquarius, it's been a lot of the COVID things, it's been a lot of the vaccination things, it's been a lot of just the medical community making things for Roe versus Wade and autonomy. Um, it's just kind of an interesting space that I really want to be aware of as we watch those predictive patterns. If you're into reading things on predictive patterns in sociology, Crow's book, Generations, recently made a huge comeback a few years ago, but it's been a book for a long time on just the generation movement and what that means. We're going to see that happening on Friday. So use it as you will. Saturday, again, only one thing happening. This is kind of nice, just day by day. Boop, 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 boop. Hey, Chet, welcome. And Callie and Steph, so many. Gosh, I'm just loving to see some of these faces. It's great. And hopefully you see the anxiety pass from me. I'm really nervous about what broke and shattered. Who really knows what it was? I don't know. Let me know what you think it was. Ooh, and what we were talking about. I don't even know. Okay. So Saturday, it's going to be Saturday morning. We're going to have just gone through this like change or this bend. And then now the moon is going to be in Cancer. She's still waning, meaning she's growing less than. Menstrual cycles are waning. Menopause symptoms are waning. Inflammation in the body and the muscle tissues, those migraines you were struggling with on Monday with the sunspots, they're going to start to wane. Woo! Tell me more. Tell me more. Tell me more. It's going to get less. But Cancer, da, 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 that's another cardinal sign. That's another cardinal sign, and that's a cardinal water sign. So you're going to feel really tempted to be more introverted, to really discuss your habits, the feeling, that water movement, feeling, growing, shaking, like a waterbed in the 80s, stuff moving all around you. And you really do have to feel your way through it. If you're a Keanu Reeves fan, you've seen The Replacements. This is Spiders on the Field. This is quicksand. This is quicksand magic. What do you do when you're in quicksand? What do you do when you're in the water, needing help, taking a moment, feeling things out? You need to float. You need to somehow be still. You need to be aware of your body. So, in that being aware of your body, this is going to be like taking a bath, but don't put just lavender in it to calm yourself. Know that lavender over a long period of time with extended use increases your estrogen levels, which is why we don't use it with young boys in developmental stages. Also, it causes inflammation. So, like if you're wearing it before you go out, you're going to feel tight in your clothing like a damn summer sausage because lavender might do that to you. You guys, we have to be kind of aware of our body, especially on Saturday, because of the way the moon is moving through a cardinal water. Don't panic! Don't panic! The damn dragon snare from Harry Potter. That's right. That's right. Let me go, Asa! Or whatever she says. Vamonos! Children. You know what I'm talking about. We just have to be aware and don't freak out. Don't freak out. Don't freak out. Don't freak out. What is it? Don't freak out. Don't freak out. Don't freak out. Don't freak out. Okay, cool. What's on Sunday? Use this pen to paper moment. Hear it. Where's Matt? Said someone. He's on work vacation. Not work vacation, but like he's traveling for work, but like also doing things there. I'm not sure if it's exactly work or just vacation or one or the other, so I'm saying both, right? So, Sunday, October 16th, something is happening. What is happening? Take pen to paper, think of those predictions. Moon in Cancer, squaring off with Mercury in Libra. This is on Sunday. Moon in Cancer, so that's that same feeling from Saturday. So, like whatever it was Saturday, you were drinking tequila, you're going to be puking up tequila on Sunday morning. That moon in Cancer, whatever those feelings were of that body, that lavender bath you took and the Epsom salt, and oh my gosh, now you're feeling kind of like great, but also like swollen a little bit. Guess what? You're going to wake up Sunday and you're still going to feel that. That vibe is still there. So it's squaring off, though, however, with Mercury and Libra. What? We just had that. There's a ripple. There's a frequency, there's a ricochet happening there. Be aware of it. Be aware of it. Is that Brandon? There is glass all over the floor. I have yet to clean it up. My husband just came home, so he's just now seeing the gigantic mess that is downstairs that I have not seen yet. So that kind of makes me a little nervous. No worries. And so yeah, so hi Katie. The Sunday movement here makes me a little nervous because this is really going to require that we think before we speak, and that we're going to feel like our communication is really disjointed, that we are just not sure of what it is we feel and what we are saying. It's that if you're on TikTok, bless you, first of all. But if you are and you're having to listen through these ridiculous sound bites over and over and over, it's the sound bite of, if you're going to call me a whack asshole, uh, if you're going to holler at somebody, be aware that they're going to take it very personally. If you're going to advocate for somebody and you point your finger and turn up the volume, the likelihood that you're doing it to someone who has been through that is going to be very high. So there's some really interesting power plays, I want to say, power plays and finger pointing that needs to be all encompassing. Just kind of be sure to be very capable of pointing it inward as well as outward. This is that double-edged sword play. This is the conversation and Wheel of Fortune where we are playing on words. And I definitely expect this to be like an okay go moment. In music, there's going to be some like stuff going on. Hi, Matt, says Katie. I hope he's joining us in the chat room. I really wrote go, not in, and watch out for glass under my feet. Very interesting. Okay, good, good, good. Good. So keep this in mind and just let it flow, be dissociative, see how that energy is kind of moving and what the universe is telling you, and just kind of go with it. Do you know what I mean? Write down what you get, allow it to just kind of move through you. Monday is going to roll around. Okay, guys, and I'm excited that this is probably not going to be an entirely long show of the usual hour, because Matt's not with us tonight and because I've got a big mess waiting for me. I'm going to finish this out, and then what I will do is I will offer you guys the extended offer for my readings, my reading specials. If you want to do a birth chart reading or a psychic reading, send me a message, man. I'm saving up for my trip to go visit my dad and for Halloween, and so I would just love any and all of that support. But let's get into Monday. Two things are going to happen. So draw two little dots on your piece of paper there. Let's see the first thing that's happening. It is just a small shift in the moon, and it's still in Cancer. So dang, whatever this was on Saturday and Sunday, it is still going to be an emotional space for you on Monday morning. That emotional intuition is going to be really helpful in guiding you to what it is you need to address and finally let go of. Okay, there's going to be those emotions themselves that you need to resolve, but think about the conclusion and make energy for what then? You've now let go, you've done the cord cutting, and now you've got room in your cup. Be aware of the siphon that is the universe. What's coming in now? Right? Think about the push and pull. Think about the tug of war. And maybe that even play on words for a Monday, October 17th. Knowing that this is going to be pretty emotional. What is it that you are willing to fight over and willing to lose for the battle versus the war? And then keep in mind, one more thing is going to happen on Monday afternoon. So that second dot there on your piece of paper is going to be the sun in Libra. Oh, there's another Libra. Boom. Cardinal air sign. This is big headlines. Boom. Big discussions, debates, news. By the way, just bought a house in Scotland. Oh, yeah. Well, I just got a promotion and it's going to be this. Well, let me tell you this news. Well, I'm pregnant. Well, I'm not. Well, I'm here. Well, I'm there. Libra. Big advocacy. Don't you say that about my friend, and like that screaming moment in the Christmas Story. You've got Libra vibes. That universal guitar playing Tenacious D songs is Libra again, but now it's the sun. So it's the center of our galaxy. It's our star. It's our gravitational force. Okay, so it's what we're also going to see. It's giving us light. It's what's giving us life. It's our center of our space. And this is going to be in Libra. So it's going to be very, very important to us, whatever it is that this theme of our discussion is. And it's trine Mars and Gemini. So back earlier in the week, which will be tomorrow on Thursday, that Mars and Gemini, that fight, that declaration, that screaming Mel Gibson on the mountain because I'm ready to fight for this is going to be two-faced, is going to be positive and negative. So this kind of pans out as being like, luckily, it's a good day to exercise your drive and ambition, to speak up, but it's also going to be fueled by pure intention. So you probably aren't going to have a lot of filtering time. Really great ideas, epiphanies, blurting, Freudian slips, but also, you're going to have Freudian slips. This is you're really going to want to use what you hear because you're getting Libra and Gemini. You're getting two fire balls, the sun and Mars, and air. So a lot of hot air. Use what you hear. Hot air. Rise above like a hot air balloon. Use this to move over and how hot air works. Callie says Mars, the god of war. That's correct. The hot, men go to Mars, women go to Venus. It's considered to be the masculine. That's why I always kind of thinking of a Braveheart. It's that really kind of powerful, hot, uh, get your ass to Mars. I think of Arnold Schwarzenegger from Total Recall. All those little associations, the red planet. So it's very passionate. It's desire. It's fuel, ambition. But so there's going to be just a lot of hot air. Rise above. What does that mean? Rise above what? Trip the trigger, said someone. I'm thinking scattered priorities, scattered air. So for sure, declarations that may not be what you meant to say, but then you just said it. So you now, well, shoot, now you said it. So, well, you said it. So Freudian slip. I want you to think about what that might entail. There's going to be hot air, slippery steam moving about. And then that's going to bring us all the way back a full 7 days, which is really exciting. And I can't believe it. We've been talking and yapping for almost 40 minutes now. So it kind of makes me happy to know that we can do this. I can do this. Even though, Matt, if you're listening, please do see how badly we miss you here. And I've not gotten us banned yet. That's okay. It's still early. Tuesday, a full week from today, it'll be Tuesday, October 18th. We will be halfway through October. And it will be, I hope you got your Halloween costume on. Two things are happening on that Tuesday. And I wouldn't say that they're like super serious, but they are going to be significant. Now, the one of them is Venus in Libra. This is kind of interesting because, again, this is like, okay, snippety snap. We just had Venus. We just had a Mars movement. So Venus and Libra trine Mars and Gemini is almost kind of like just play it again, play it again and play it again. Only this time the timing of it's going to be sweet. It's going to be flavorful. It's going to be sensual. It's going to be romantic. It's going to be passionate. It's going to be a great day next Tuesday for a date. Be open to trying new ideas, trading things to connect and build healthy relationships. Fun barters. I want you to just have fun with it because that Mars and Gemini are fiery, but in, hot, cold, hot, cold. But Venus is all about talking too. So it's going to actually be attractive to be talking. And so conversation is going to be positive. Conversation is charm. Think about charm. Think about how you can use music to sway, and what sway means as far as movement and influence goes. Sounds and the way you use them will be very, very important on Tuesday. And one more thing is going to happen on Tuesday evening. It's going to be indicative, I think, of just how our feelings end from where they are now, moving all through Cancer for the majority of the week. And so it's that feeling, that shaking of the voice, to this time next week, it moves out of that and into fire. All that air officially kind of searing up on the stovetop, and the moon, waning. She'll be small, she'll be a sliver, is going to be entering over the constellation of Leo. So it's going to be crawling across the lion in the sky, which feels powerful. It gives us a sense of ego. We want attention, we want energy, we want to be creative, we want to venture out and pour our heart into things. We want to be on fire and do it at our own free will. This is a fun and energetic space of power. That power um, that we are feeling and maybe questioning. Uh, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Freudian slips, what we're hearing, like, oh, by Tuesday, it's going to kind of free us. I want you to think about what freedom really is going to mean or play out for, and what freedom is from or freedom is to. There's a certain loyalty or even allegiance maybe in that space that I think is pretty powerful. It's going to be less emotional, and we're going to want to do more. Our actions, we're going to want to engage, clean, dance, do all the things. So I have got my shadow work and ritual suggestions put on there. I want all of you guys to let me know your predictions for the week ahead. What do you think? I know that Matt usually is providing us the math and statistics and the ability to see the probability, the vector. But for me in the intuitive space, I am really looking at behaviors. I'm looking at the sociology. I'm looking at how this is going to play out in the psyche of people. And I love to see the influence. And influence is so subjective. It really can teeter either way. So it's like baking. You see how flavors can accent each other, but then you can see how, man, that could just really ruin it. If you just add too much salt, it's just ruined. It's a very, very delicate balance. So there's not a lot of earth at all. And so pepper, as she had mentioned in the chat room, what does that mean? Well, if you're just kind of looking at what those elements are and you're adding up the planets, I like to do the 9 planets. You can do 10, 11, Chiron, Lilith. You can do asteroids and all sorts of things, but I just kind of stick to the main 9. And then I'm looking at, okay, how many are in an earth constellation, a water constellation, an air constellation, or a fire constellation? And you just look at this mathematical probability, which many astro apps or planetary apps, Astra Cafe, or even the social media that Matt and I do when we are sharing our things on astrology and alchemy, or autumn moon astrology, or paranormal Sarah, or on Instagram, or these things, giving you that indication that, okay, we're not going to have a lot of earth. You're not going to have a lot of thoughts. You're not going to be sitting around thinking. There's not going to be a lot of silence. It's going to be loud. There's going to be chatter. There's going to be humming. There's going to be debating. There's going to be chatting and discussing and words. That Twilight Zone crap, as Katie said, you are now entering the Twilight Zone. There's dead end, dead end, dead end, dead end. There's movement in the air. And you need to be paying attention to how you move, how you're flailing about the water. You don't know what's under there. You can't think for sure, because the ocean is a big fucking place and the universe is too. And so there's just not a lot of earth energy. You just don't really know. You can't know because of some of the planets that are still in retrograde. You would have to look behind you at this point, and there's just no feasible, safe way to do that. So I want you guys to think about those equations, because that is really when I'm seeing the teetering of like mental illness and how that plays out, or people that are frantic or panicking, or the crisis calls that go up, or the strange happenings and phenomenons. usually my ability to be very accurate in psychic prediction, and for us to do this and write down our predictions of, okay, where are the headlines going to be? If we have war this week, where is it going to break? What days are these going to happen? For some of my people joining me in the chat that do the Gypsy Tribe with me and have one-on-one mentoring sessions on how to use energy with your birth chart and your belief system, the awareness of like when to spend money, when to take a look at stocks, when to pull your money in and out, where to invest, and how to invest in yourself, not just in monetary places, but in other places too. When is the best time and why is the best time? Because combating that skepticism, providing certainty and reason is really, really helpful. So I would expect there to be a lot of chatter and a lot of debating and a lot of arguing, a lot of discussion, but a lot of cardinal discussion, meaning it's big energy, it's advocacy, it's fighting for the underdog, it's big declarations, it's powerful mottos and affirmations of power. People are going to be letting you know what it is that they're tugging on and what their power struggles are about. So I hope that you're able to use that. And I hope that you are able to make your predictions and share them with me and others. But if at the very least, just yourself, because that is how you'll be like, holy cow, when I see a cow, the world explodes. When I see a Dr. Pepper, somebody pees on the carpet. Like, it's just weird how our intuition works. And until you are noticing and giving um, credence to those signs, it's very difficult to put the web together. You've got to start pinning things down. So, this is just one way to do that. And I hope that you guys had fun with me. I had fun with you. And I hope that if you are wanting a private reading, maybe for Halloween, maybe a Halloween gift to your favorite ghoul friend, ooh, whatever you would like, guys. I do gift cards. I will do divination specials. Right now, I am doing a $42 special for you to reach out and do tarot, but also spirit guides. I love seeing what spirit guides come through for people, what energies I'm interpreting, and maybe even what music is playing as I connect with your energy. So if you would like, please reach out, paranormalsarah.com, or whatever and however you are joining me now, whatever Odyssey Radio, maybe the Paranormal channel on YouTube, maybe, I don't know. But be sure and sign up for notifications. Subscribe. It's free. It's painless. It's fun. It's easy. Log. It rolls downstairs. It rolls over your neighbor's dog. And it's fun. It's log. It's the podcast here, Astrology and Alchemy, with usually Matthew, who is working tonight, and myself, Paranormal Sarah. So, you guys, if you don't have any more questions, which I'm not seeing any, someone had asked, what is my favorite milk? I would say oat milk because it has a higher boiling content. You can have your coffee hotter longer without it scorching your beans. But that's just me. Um, so you guys, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. Join me next week and let me know if you'd like a reading. If there's anything we can do for you here at Astrology and Alchemy, we would love to help you further understand and break down the universe. At the very least, just have fun with us every Tuesday. So I will see you then, guys. Until next time, join us here on Odyssey Radio, on YouTube, on Astrology and Alchemy with me, Paranormal Sarah, and the ghost of Matthew. Bye-bye.